Welcome to another video of Communication for Happiness. In our last video, we discussed about the speaking module of IELTS. In today's video, we'll discuss about the basic information of IELTS reading. So first question that arises is, what is reading? Reading is one of the 4 modules of IELTS. In reading, there are 40 questions that are divided into 3 passages, and we have to answer all the questions in 60 minutes. Candidate has to make sure that he is doing all the 40 questions within 60 minutes and also transferring the answers in the answer sheet within those 60 minutes. Now let's discuss the types of questions in reading. The questions can be in the form of matching heading questions, true, false, or yes, no, and not given, summary completion question, matching paragraph information question, sentence completion question, multiple choice questions, list selection, choosing a title, classification question, matching sentence endings, table completion, diagram completion question, flowchart completion question, and last is short answer questions. Now let's discuss first type, matching heading questions. The question can arise like you have to choose a heading from the list which matches a section or a paragraph in the passage. So for this you need some of the skills, like you should have comprehension skills, knowledge of synonyms and the paraphrasing, identifying the difference between the main idea and supporting ideas. So here are some tips to find the correct answers of matching heading questions. Read the headings before you read the passage. It will help you to find the answers easily. There are more headings than you need to analyze each and every answer properly. Answers are often in numerals, so read the instructions carefully. The next and the easiest kind of questions are true, false, yes, no, or not given. So you have to decide if the information or writer's opinion in the question statements can be found in the passage or not. So here are some skills that you need to identify the answers. Identifying specific information in the passage, scanning and understanding information, understanding the opinions of the writer. Now let's discuss some of the tips to find the answers of these kind of questions. We need to understand the meaning of each answer. Yes and true are same. No and false are same, and not given means the information is not found in the passage. Paraphrase the statements before trying to locate the answers. Usually answers come in order. Another kind of questions are matching paragraph information. So the question could be like matching the information given in the question with the information found in one of the paragraphs in the passage. So the skills that are required to find the answers of such kind of questions are identifying specific information, scanning for information. So the tips that are required are, you should be able to paraphrase the information in the question. Find the information in the passage. Answer do not come in order. The answers are often in a letter like A, B, C and D. You need to read the instructions carefully. Now let's move to another type of questions, summary completion questions. The task could be like completing the summary by filling the gaps using the words from the passage or words given in the box. So the skills required are, you need to scan for specific information in the passage, check whether the information is given and where it is given, understanding ideas and supporting points, selecting appropriate words. So the tips are identifying the type of word needed for each gap. It could be noun, verb, adjective or anything. Locate the information in the passage in order to choose the right word. If you choose words from the passage, check how many words can be used for each answer. Now let's move to another type of questions, that are sentence completion questions. The questions could arise like completing sentences by filling in the gap with the words from the passage. The skills that are required are scanning for specific information, selecting appropriate words, understanding information in the passage. The tips that could be used to identify the answers are identifying the type of word needed for each gap. It could be noun, verb, adjective or anything else. Locate the information in the passage in order to choose the right word. You may check how many words can be used for each answer. Next is multiple choice questions. In these kind of questions, you have to choose the correct answer to a question or the correct ending to a sentence from usually 3 or 4 possible options. The skills that are required are scanning for specific information, implementing elimination method. It can be done in the form of fill in the blanks also, because it helps you to find the answers easily. The tips could be: paraphrase the information in the question and options. Locate the precise information in the passage. Answers come in order. Answers are usually in letters like A, B, C or D. You need to read the instructions carefully to check. Furthermore, another kind of questions are list selection. These questions could arise like you have to choose the correct option from a list of words, information or names. This differs from multiple choice questions because the questions are related to only one long list of possible answers. The skills that are required are scanning for information, understanding information in the passage, identifying ideas relating to others. So the tips that could be used are: read through the questions and identify keywords, read through the list and prepare paraphrases, locate the information in the passage, answers come in order. Next type of questions are choosing a title. In these kind of questions, you have to choose the most appropriate title from a list. For this, you have to look at the differences between the possible titles because sometimes two titles seems same. You have to pay attention to the opening paragraphs and the closing paragraphs of the passage. In this way, you can easily find the answer. Don't spend too much time on this question because it is really time consuming. The skills that can be used to identify the answers could be identifying aims of the passage, distinguish between the detail and the main aim in the passage. In another kind of questions that is also known as classification questions, you have to decide which category the information belongs to from a list. So the skills that you can use are locating information in the passage, characterize the information. You can find the information in the passage, decide which category the information belongs to. Look out for paraphrases. Moving ahead, another kind of questions are matching sentence endings. In these questions, you have to complete the sentences by matching the start of the sentences with the correct ending given in the list. For this, you can read through the sentences and then read through the possible endings. Prepare for paraphrases. Find information in the passage. Choose the best ending to match the information in the passage. The completed sentence must be grammatically correct. Sentence beginnings follow the order of information. You can locate the information in the passage and just understand the information that is provided to you by the writer. Moreover, another kind of question that could come in your exam could be table completion. In these kind of questions, you have to complete the table using the correct word from the passages. You just have to locate the specific information in the passage. You have to choose the appropriate words. You need to understand the details that are provided in the passage. The tips that could be used: you can read the column headings in the table, identify the type of word needed for each part of the table, scan the passage for information. Answers are often located in a specific part of the passage. Check how many words you can use to answer. Additionally, flowchart completion questions or diagram completion questions could also come in your exam. So for this, you need to complete the flowchart or the diagram by choosing the words from the passage. You have to locate for the specification in the passage. Choose the appropriate word. You can easily find answers by understanding the details and order of information. The tips that could be used can be: you have to identify the type of word that is needed for each part of the flowchart or diagram. Scan the passage for information. Answers do not always come in order. Use the direction of the arrows and boxes to follow the order of the information in the chart. Select the appropriate words from the passage. Check the number of words that can be used for each answer. Last but not the least, the questions could also arise in the form of short answer questions. In these questions, you have to answer questions regarding details in the passage. You just have to locate the information in the passage. You just need to understand carefully the information that is provided to you. These are some of the tips that you can use. Identify the type of words you need for each answer. Paraphrase vocabulary in the questions. Scan the passage to locate information. Check how many words you can use for the answers. Answers come in order. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, comment and subscribe our channel and visit Communication for Happiness for further details.